Congratulations!
Still not fix that. Hey everyone, figured I'd jump straight in. Hope you've been good. As usual, apologies for not streaming more. I'm back to work, and I try to hang out with some of the development team whenever I can and just work on the project when we're all together and can show off each other's work there. So no worries, it's not like I'm slowing down, it's just I gotta choose where to spend my time a bit more wisely now. Talking about time, I've spent a lot of time working on the map, and I figured maybe it would be cool to show off some of that since you've not seen what I worked on. So I did a lot of work in the mountain area again. It's technically outside of the Nibbin claim. I'm hoping today I can finish the Nibbin, then technically the Nibbin is done, and that's kind of like the last part of the map. Even though there's little spots here and there that still need doing, this one among others. But yeah, I was quite happy with how this little area turned out, so figured I'd give you a quick showcase. I'm really trying to go hard with the Skyrim mountain design in trying
already
to keep
that long tempers fugit.
Trying to keep it. Oh my god.
Rebelsies pog rebelsies pog rebelsies pog rebelsies pog.
Thank you. In trying to keep it, you know, steep and intimidating, but also explorable. Like, I'm creating a lot of open area for you to explore with little things here and there tucked in. Cash Now, thanks for the 36. Cage, thank you for the 19 and for using your Prime on the Twitch arenas. Appreciate that. Bithic, thanks for subscribing on YouTube. And Arundel, good evening. Grizz, FaZe, how's it going, guys? Nice and early, yes you are. Hey Titan. And Glitz, how you doing? Yeah, right, so the area I worked on now, I actually like this area a lot better than the forest I did over in that direction. Also, currently there's a slight issue with our game. I think it's already fixed, I just didn't get the new update, but we are missing all the tree LOD. So you can see the map in all its majestic nudeness. This one is actually correct, because we're still working on that area. But the other bits are not supposed to be this empty. But it's creating some interesting landscapes now. Right, so we have a huge fort down this way. We have kind of like an alien... I forgot to show that off. A bit of an alien dam, aqueduct. Hey Mac. I have been busy, yeah. Been cooking up some forests. Oh, there's a slight issue there. This pathway goes up into the mountain. Most of the landscaping beyond this point was done by someone else. I've just been touching it up and improving what was already there.
Where the time goes.
Hey NPCs, how's it going, dudes? Yeah, this is also pretty reminiscent of Skyrim. It reminds me a bit of the path up to High Hrothgar, the 7,000 steps. But it's not the main thing I wanted to show off. Among other things, I made a nice cozy bridge here, which I'm quite fond of. I like how it turned out. But the main centerpiece is here. It's Fort Entius, which was also mainly done by another artist. He did the layout. I just completely destroyed it and cut it up in chunks. But still, I'm happy with how it turned out. A team effort, a true team effort. It's just low enough for you to get underneath it. Try to give it a bit of an overgrown look and feel. Oh, I didn't realize I used a candelabra that's actually on. That's my bad. I need to swap that out. Someone who tried to loot but got crushed by a building that was already falling apart, apparently. Oh, I should probably disable T detect. Oh my god. Alright. Very dramatic. One of the tips I got in one of the videos, and that's why I like putting them on YouTube, because people can watch them afterwards and give me like proper feedback, is to try and put more stuff on the floor, the forest floor, which was actually feedback for the forest in that direction to the, what is that, west? And I figured I could do that for the pine forest too, so I started adding more ferns and the small shrubbery, but also the branches that I'm just trying to dot whenever there's trees around, and I quite like the look and feel of it. I also got a lot of comments of people asking me why I'm not streaming as much. I already kind of explained that at the start of the stream, but it's a simple resource issue. I only have so much time every day, and I have to pick and choose between, you know, a 40-hour work week of my actual full-time job, trying to get some face-to-face time, oops, with some of the other Skyblivion developers, and then still finding time and also energy to stream. Hey MD, how's it going? So yeah, all that combined makes it a bit difficult sometimes to stream. Also, I've been trying to spend a bit more time with a friend of mine, and when we can, play like a dumb video game, mostly as background noise while we just catch up a little bit. So yeah, just the usual stuff that keeps you from, for instance, live streaming on Twitch and YouTube. So it's not like there's anything bad going on or that development has ceased. I'm just doing a bit more behind closed doors. But yeah, that's the fort. Turned out pretty well. I also made what I thought was a nice little area around it back this way. It is a tall fort, yeah. It was a lot taller before. I chopped it up by quite a bit. This way it's a bit more manageable, but still quite huge. Hey Olivia. And then we have this nice little... It's not quite a landslide, it's just a... Not sure what to call it. Hilly part section. And this is where we've not done anything out today. I was debating a little bit on what to do. I would like to finish the Nibben part of the map, which is this here with the actual forest. I have a little slap of land here and a little lake to do. And I wasn't sure what to do with the lake, so maybe you guys have some good ideas. And then that's just like one more thing for me to check off my to-do list. That would be nice. Because realistically...
Lovely. Rebel Z's Pog.
Goopy, thank you for the 10 months. Also, Ogre and Epics, thanks for the follow. Missed that. So remember we did the little graveyard. All that's really left to do is this side of the hill. And then the area connecting to the lake. Everything behind me, even though the trees are not currently spawning in because of the slight LOD issue, is done. So that would be nice to cross off my list, and yeah, hopefully you guys can help me with some ideas there. I only have bad ideas. Well, sometimes a bad idea, and this is, I'm not kidding, sometimes a bad idea can lead to a good idea. I've seen plenty of bad suggestions that gave me an idea of my own. Yeah, as I said, this is something we did last stream. Pretty happy with that as well. Someone in the chat gave me a really good idea with the zombie that killed the looter. And now it's just kind of like bare cheeks standing guard for anyone else who tries to mess with his grave. I turned off the combat AI, so he's not going to be a problem. But yeah, turned out nice. Good job, team. Matchsticks, thanks for gifting a sub to Jove of all people. Cool. Give yourself a pat in the back. Bad given. Right. Yeah, as I said, I guess it's up to us to actually do the work. I'll try out a few things with the lake, see if anything sticks and if I can really get into the flow. Oh well, we tried. Fog effect is good, yeah, right? It's a small but very very nice touch. I was thinking of keeping this area a bit more sparse. Not too many trees. In general, actually, I went through the area. I did a few things. I decreased the amount of trees. At some point, there was people asking me to make it more dense, the forest. And I think I went a little bit overboard, so I got rid of, I don't know, like 10-20% of the trees that we put down. Created a few more open fields as well in the middle of the forest. And I think around the lake, I'd like it to be a bit more open in general. Just so you can get a good view of the lake and the surrounding area, maybe. Oh, you know what? I didn't even realize it's officially weekend. Don't have to go back to work until Monday, so that's nice. I feel like the island needs a big old tree. Yeah, that's something I was thinking about too. It's a good place to start. I also had this idea, but it kind of doesn't work because I already put a hunter camp down. But I decided to use it somewhere else. But I had this idea of putting down a looted or a treasure being looted in progress. It sounds weird when I say it like that. I'm not sure how else to say it. Essentially, there's a buried treasure that some NPCs are digging up, and you come across it, or rather, you come across their camp on the surface, on the land. There's a little camp similar to this. And it has supplies for digging and mining, and a little note saying something with instructions like, past the big oak, it's buried on the little island straight ahead, something like that. And then have some bandits with a half dug up chest just standing there for you to come across, and when you get close, they immediately attack you. That was kind of my idea for a little encounter, but I decided this was not the best place for that, and I moved it to a different part of the map instead. But yeah, because of that, I didn't have an idea for this anymore, so I had to come up with something else, which I guess we're doing right now. Idea for the chest? Yeah, actually, I made the layout for that one already, but it's by the river. It's in the opposite direction. Hey, Cozy. Right. Let me maybe, for starters, just start doing something with this area, and then we'll get to it. I'll also add a little... Oh, I didn't even know we had a... That's good to know. Sadelbird, thank you for the follow. I don't know why the follows are not showing up. Let me see. Did I disable them? Streamlabs. Hey Tom. Would the gameplay support controllers? Yes, it will. Disable the follows, or at least the sound for it.
Drink water, drink water, drink water.
Amish Ranger, thank you for the sub. I hope you enjoy the emotes. And cheers. Have you beaten Indiana Jones? Not even close. Chrono Disc, thank you for the follow. think one of the most difficult things about actually streaming your process on Twitch is that sometimes, for whatever reason, god damn it. Sometimes, for whatever reason, you're not really getting inspired. It's not the end of the world, but when, in this case, 150 people and a bunch more on YouTube are watching you, you know, it's a little bit nerve-wracking. Alright. Do you get more activity from YouTube or Twitch? Twitch has more people watching, usually. YouTube was popping for a little bit, but that was also to do because the dev diary was getting the YouTube channel, like the second YouTube channel, a lot of attention. Attention that I usually don't get in these amounts. Like at some point, I think I was doing a stream 2 or 3 weeks ago that I had I don't know what it was, like 700 viewers. I never get that. But usually, consistently, Twitch is the bigger platform for sure. But the great thing about YouTube is that people can watch content back. And I get a lot of nice feedback or ideas on the videos afterwards. Like if I'm struggling with something now, someone might watch this back and tell me something about whatever it is that I was asking before. So that's always kind of nice.
Hello there.
Mohinden, thank you for subscribing to the YouTube channel.
Imagine if I didn't take a 2-year break, not like this.
Hey Lotto. Thank you for the 22 months and for the Prime. It's kind of you.
Thank you.
Is there gonna be ore that you can mine? Or chopping blocks that you can cut wood? Like in Skyrim?
Time for a celebration!
down some flowers. Yeah, you'll be happy to know there is ore, which is tied into our crafting system. Prof Zoom. Wait, Twitch alerts are not working at all. Oh wait, that's not true. There, where?
Time for a celebration!
Did I miss that? I don't know. Prof Zoom, thanks again. I just repeated it because I thought I'd missed it somehow. The reason why I'm just going back and forth in the same spot is the way grass works, it just kind of spawns in randomly where you paint it.
7 months, let's go.
Therion, thanks for the 7 months, my friend. But when you disable the grass, for instance, it looks like we have this path painted and it's all good to go. In game though, the grass does not agree, so you have to go over it a few times to make sure it's actually...
Are you excited to do this all over again in 5 years for Hamblivion?
No. I generally think that when Skyblivion is released, it might be it for me. That's kind of like my my parting gift to the world, and after that I probably just have to call it. Not even because I don't want to, but I have spent almost a third of my life at this point on this thing, and it's been great. It's been wholesome. I've met a lot of cool people. I've made a lot of friends. Hopefully for life. But yeah, doing this has been a good, for the lack of a better word, charity. And I have other dreams, if that makes sense. I have a dream of maybe one day owning a small house with a nice garden. That's something I would really love. I have a dream of 2 games that I want to make. One game that takes a lot of inspiration from Skyblivion, actually. It's not a single-player RPG, before anyone asks. Because those are just... For your first game to do a single-player RPG, that's rough. But it does take inspiration from Skyblivion. And there's another one I want to do, which is nothing like Skyblivion. It's very simple. It's more focused on... I don't really want to say, actually. But yeah, the gameplay loop's completely different, and that's something I would maybe want to try. Okay, I'm gonna see what this is like on in the first person. Maybe this sucks. Maybe it's okay, and we'll just keep doing this. Yeah, maybe having a family and all that, you know. That's also in the stars, so yeah, sounds super. What's the word? Cheesy. Also probably getting ahead of myself, but I don't see myself being able to do those things while also doing this again. When I started this, I was 18 years old, turning 30 in 2 months. And I had a lot more time when I started this than I do now. And I'm putting in a lot of time these last couple months because I do have, you know, a bit of a sense of urgency. Like, this thing is supposed to be coming out this year, and in order to do that, I can't sit around and do nothing. Even though sometimes that's what you want to do. Oh yeah. Appreciate the work you've done. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate the kind words. Alright, let's give us some light. Oh, I forgot to add insects. That's stupid. Okay, so if you come walking from this way, you probably can't really see much. Yeah, no, because it's... too low. I need to go over the path a little bit more to make it properly clearable. Or properly clear. This looks good though. We have the lupins. We have a nice view without the trees. There's sparsely a few trees around, but not too much to take away from it.
Keep up the amazing work, we appreciate it.
Thanks, Oompa Loompa. Yeah, I think if I just keep doing this around the lake, it'll turn into a nice little location.
You think that's funny?
Thanks for the 10 biddies, Jay. Also, I don't see the fish. I put some fish spawners here, but they're not being fishy. Why is that? It's a bit strange. The game does look really weird without trees. Could use some gravel under the fire pit. How doth thy meaneth? Is there beehives? Not here, but I do have proper beehives in some farms down down by Chadenhall. I want to go camping. Good, that means I did something right. Yeah, so these cylinders here, they're supposed to spawn fish, but they're not. So let me just remove them and place them again, see if that fixes anything. This is a shallow spawner. This is a deep fish spawner. Basically, the cone is the area in which they can swim. This one goes further down, so you need to make sure they have enough clearance They definitely weren't working though, because I also didn't see the insects. Like, they should also spawn dragonflies, for instance. So that is a bit odd. Some insect spawners on that note.
Thank you.
You will go on to make millions on whatever you and the team work on next. This community supports the heck out of y'all and it'll buy anything you make.
You know what? Fingers crossed. I'm definitely someone who will say, you know, money doesn't make you happy. I stand by that. But probably doesn't hurt to have a couple million in the bank. Alright, as usual, I'll just repeat myself for the people who don't know. The orange arrows, they are what we call critter landing markers. And they basically dictate where the insects can, can land. Without these, they will just keep flying around, but with these, they will sometimes touch down and maybe nestle in this bush on the flowers. Or go sit on this monk's hood? No, fox.
Thank you.
Fox.
Tell us your favorite movie and we will brainstorm an homage to put in this location in the chat.
Oh, I can't do that. Because I've already done that. Actually, I totally forgot to show you, but I made an alien dam, and someone on the team actually came up with the idea to put an Easter egg there for the Hobbit trilogy. I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan. The Hobbit trilogy, I guess, as with a lot of fans, it wasn't received as well, but I enjoyed it. It's a nice movie to just kind of watch every once in a while. Trilogy though, that's peak. Anyway, I made like a little Easter egg to you know that scene where the dwarves get into the barrels and then they roll or get carried down the stream. I made an alternate ending where they all got killed before they could reach the end of the stream. I like The Hobbit much more than Lord of the Rings personally. Yeah, that's totally cool. To each their own, as they say. Alright, I think we put down enough insects and butterfly markers. Oh, actually... we also have a few creatures in the area. Probably not too close to the hunters because, well, hunters have a reputation for not leaving animals alive very long. Hi from Middle Earth. What about 1 hour from Rohan? Are you from New Zealand? Oh my god. So they die in the barrels? Yeah, in my Easter egg they did die in the barrels. I'm sorry to say. Oh. I can put some reeds down that I can do. Oh my god, they're tiny. Why are they so small? They're way too small. Should be done with landscape painting anyway. Let me see if I can find something with reeds. So in this case, the cattails are part of the grass. They're not an actual 3D mesh, which is better anyway for performance. And it's much easier to place as well. So there we go. We're working on a version of Radiant AI. I'm honestly not sure how far we're going to be able to get with that before the release. Time difference make these very chill breakfast streams. Well, I envy you. If I end up ever making a game that sells those millions you guys are talking about, then I'll take a long holiday to Middle Earth. Do some proper sightseeing. Maybe go look for a hobbit. See if Weta will let me into their shop. Add a basket from the reeds. I can add a basket. We have thatched stuff. Dr. Soda, thanks for the follow. I'm not sure why the notifications are not working, everyone. You're about to know. Thanks, King. The song name of the song currently it's from the Skyblivion soundtrack. It's the Great Forest soundtrack. So for Skyblivion we had music made for all the major regions in the game. So Great Forest, Skyblivion Highlands, Gerald Mountains, Valus Mountains, stuff like that. Hide some cheese. I guess I can do that. There you go. There's cheese. Buy the axe. Yeah, well, I mean, you have to cut your cheese with something. Might as well be a giant axe, you know? I can see it happening. This is the Elder Scrolls. Stranger things have happened. Make a nice little animal den, too. Haven't done that in a while. If I can find more elevation. Thank you for the save. You guys are really keeping me filled up on saves, eh? Novice, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Skyblivion project started in 2016. Kind of. The project timeline, Uncharted, thank you for subscribing to the YouTube. The project timeline is a bit messy. There was Skyblivion's inception, which is probably 2013. Zilav, he is a staple of the Elder Scrolls modding community. He made a tool for Skywind that would port Morrowind's data to the Skyrim engine. He tweaked and refined that tool to do the same thing for Oblivion to the Skyrim engine. When he first shared it, Skyblivion was open to anyone. You could just download it from the at the time more Oblivion website. Anyone could. You can actually you can still find that version online. It's nothing worth checking out if you ask me, but it's there. So if you really are curious and you want to risk getting a virus, good luck. But yeah, so there was that. At the time I was working on Skywind, and I was really intrigued by a remake of Oblivion, or a remaster of Oblivion, but no one was really interested in that. It didn't really get attention like Skywind did. So I got in touch with Zilav and asked if he needed help and what the idea was about Skyblivion. And his idea was to make a tool that would convert Oblivion's data.
Cheese for everyone!
Mark, thank you for gifting 5 subs to Void Hunter, Trait, Master Pun, Ticklepuss, and Dr. Yeah, so he wanted to make a tool, and I was okay. Well, happy to help however I can. Personally, I wanted to do something more like Skywind, where it's like a proper remake. But I started off just doing simple stuff like creating the NPCs, just getting the project organized really, making manageable tasks of what can be achieved by a group of 3 people. And then eventually I really got more and more hooked on the idea of I need to do a proper remaster, a proper remake. I need to get more people to give the project attention, and yeah, I kind of became more and more obsessed with doing what Skywind was doing. The only problem was that obviously people working on Skywind didn't have time to do anything else. I tried multiple times to recruit people into Skyblivion from the Skyrim Nexus, for instance. Probably the best place to try and find people anyway. But the response I kept getting there was that people were already committed to Skywind or Beyond Skyrim. So everywhere I went, people were not really interested. So yeah, ended up just being a kind of like a fuck it, I'll do it myself moment. And yeah, slowly but surely I got a few people to join the project. I made like a video showcasing the project in its current form, which was just the ported assets. And I just started selling people on the idea that with the proper team, it could turn into something real and something tangible and cool. And yeah, after a lot of time and a lot of years, that finally turned out into like a real thing. And in a way, Skyblivion is the biggest scam of all time, because for years it was just me trying to sell people on an idea without having, you know, anything to back it up with. It's just like, imagine if we could do this, would you be interested? Most people said no. Few people said yes. The people that did say yes, funny enough, were similar to me, where their creation kit experience was very limited. So most of the people that did join were not able to do what a project of this size needed necessarily. But with the years, you know, we all grew, we all learned. The project kept getting bigger and better, slowly but surely. And because of that, like all the update videos and stuff, it at some point kind of convinced people that this is a real thing and it can exist. And thanks to that, we got more and more people that actually had the skills we desperately needed to make a game happen. Like, for instance, I've never touched a single quest property for Skyblivion, simply because I don't have the experience. I never worked with quests. I decided to try and focus on the things I do know, so that hopefully I can find people to do the things I don't know. That was kind of my idea, my mentality. It worked out in the long run. In hindsight, I could have probably learned some of this stuff and done it myself, but, you know, hindsight is 20/20. I was also still, like, for the longest time, I was kind of expecting the magical tool that would convert quests to work. Because Zilaf and at the time Monocleus or Orman, I'm not sure what he went by then, that was kind of like their part of it. They were working on that quest converter. It ended up not being that flawless as I'd hoped. In my head, what would happen, they would press a button and magically every quest would work and be in the game and require no extra work. What ended up happening is they hit the button, the quest got imported. Oblivion's code is a hot mess of its own, but when ported into an engine that doesn't support a lot of the features anymore, that hot mess turns into, well, a massive jigsaw puzzle that only a few people actually have the skills to untangle. The tool was great because it gave, like, the quest department didn't have to start from scratch. Instead of having to make a quest from the get-go, you could see what Oblivion did and try to replicate that in a way with some of the features that Skyrim does support. So definitely wasn't a waste of time, but it didn't get us nearly as close as I kind of expected. So that was like the first, I'm not sure if you can call it a setback, but that was a first reality check that, okay, like this is going to be more difficult than I thought. Because of that, for the longest time in my head, the main bottleneck and the main guide for what we could and could not do would be the quest department. So as the team grew and the people working on Skyblivion became more and more competent and skillful, so grew the ambitions. So for instance, like remaking the area as it is now, initially that was not part of the plan because we didn't have people skilled enough to do that. I myself wasn't skilled enough to do it to this extent. But as we were making progress with the quests, all I was thinking is that we cannot release Skyblivion without quests. So whatever state the quests department is in, it kind of determines how much time and effort we can put into other areas of the game. So with quests being pretty far behind, I can recreate the entire map. And then like a year later, what's the quest department up to now? Okay, I'll redesign every armor set, and from there we just kept scaling up. We'll redesign every dungeon, we'll remaster the music, we'll make quests sometimes not as annoying as they were in Oblivion. So yeah, it was good in a way to have the quest department be such a challenge, because it allowed us to work on other parts of the game that definitely needed it. And slowly but surely, instead of a project that was going to be a remaster, which is just the same game but in a new engine and with some quality of life features like controller support, it turned into a proper remake, which it is now, which is a reimagined version of that game you know and love, but in this case with modern graphics and design philosophies and UI. And I get that it's sometimes frustrating for people because they've seen Skyblivion for a decade in some cases and it's still not out, and all they see is us or me working on more and more features, and from the outside in it can sometimes look like I'm finding excuses not to release it, and I totally understand where they come from. But the reality is that I've always just looked at the part of the project that are keeping us from releasing, and if I can magically fix whatever blocker we have, then the only thing I can do is use the additional time and see if there's other cool stuff we can work on or do. So yeah, it slowly turned into this really cool reimagined Oblivion in 2025. And I think one of the main things we have going for us is that it's made by the fans for the fans, which is a very common thing that game developers and studios will say. But I do feel like when you don't have a profit margin to try and squeeze out, and when you don't have I guess like higher ups who maybe are not too into video games and are more concerned about making money than making a good game, you do get something at the end which is pretty pure And that's kind of unique about Skyblivion, is that it's a very
Hello there.
pure product at the end of the day. But yeah, it's all about making it come true now.
Water,
You know?
drink, water, drink, water, bitch.
Even as I'm saying this, like, it's nice words and all that, but without a release game, it's just that, it's just words. But that's also why I'm here now, doing this. Thomas, thank you for subscribing. The fat cat at the top, ruin games. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, I mean it makes sense. You know, video games have become such a huge business.
Today's your lucky day, so let's hear it.
You know, where people want to make money. Sometimes sacrifice have to be made. It's kind of like part of the thing. Let's put some twigs down underneath the trees as well before I forget.
Hello there.
Cannabis Review, thanks for the sub on YouTube.
Time for a celebration!
Insidious, thanks for the sub. Don't forget to decorate the bottom of the pond. Yeah, I'll get to that at some point. Don't forget to save. I won't. Thanks for stopping by. See you next time, maybe. Thinking I'll also put down some ferns here and there. I have to say, recent update video made me tear up. You guys made sure to look how it felt back in my childhood. Amazing work. Thanks, dude. Really appreciate you saying that. I mean, it's always fun for us as well to be able to showcase some of our work in this way. See people's reactions, and that's kind of a really big motivational boost as well. You can tell on the Skyblivion development server that whenever an update goes live, there's just a lot more people that are contributing as well, because they see the nice things people say about their work. In my case, I have coworkers asking me about when the release is, which is fun to an extent. Sometimes it's kind of interesting going to work and you get the exact same questions you're getting online, but from the people you work with. This is a nice little natural bridge, I guess, over the pond. Thanks for the follows, Tom and Bob. Were you able to have the graves readable, like what you'd see in Fable and BG3? No, because then you'd have to write stuff for every single grave, otherwise it's just repeating itself. Was watching one of your old streams playing NMS? No Man's Sky? I don't think I've ever played No Man's Sky. Oh yeah, right. Coin tossing. Sorry. Whoopsie daisy. Alright, let's see if I can catch it. Ooh, I didn't drop it. Almost dropped it. It's tails. To those who win, remember that you might as well have lost it all. Those that lost, let it be a lesson, don't gamble. You sons of bitches.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure? Stay calm. Wait. Everybody calm down. I don't know what we're yelling about. Loud noises. Oh my God! Are you not recording? Are you recording, Crystal?
Ah, a simpler time. The last part of the clip just makes me nostalgic for Modern Warfare 2. Scared the crap out of me. Yeah, sorry about that. Lotta Wolf, thank you very much for gifting 50 subs to a bunch of people. Wherever you are, enjoy the Todd Howard emotes, but be sure to give Lotta Wolf your thanks. It combines some of my favorite things, that clip. It combines Skyrim, one of my favorite games, The Office, one of my favorite television shows, and then those kids screaming about like their moms getting the camera, that just reminds me of one of the I wouldn't say the best times of my life, but I played so much Call of Duty back then. I spent so much time with friends just doing nothing, and that was time well spent.
It just works.
Because I can't do that ever again. I love The Office US, yeah. And it's so funny, like when you get older and you actually have that boss, or like situations that you always thought were like too stupid in the office to ever really happen, and you realize, oh my god, it's real. Like an awkward work party or an affair at the office of someone that you just would not have thought would ever do something like that because she's kind of stuck up and Christian. But I guess not that Christian. Yeah, good times.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks, Jay. Is it still planned to have two distinct Remora sets, low and high? Yes. We have two in the game. There was someone, Justin Dewey. He's a very talented 3D artist. He actually worked on the Demon's Souls remaster. He worked on the armor, but unfortunately I never... He got pretty far along and then he just never responded to my messages anymore, so that one we had to cancel, but there was someone on the Nexus who made a really good mod for the Xivili armor, and he was kind enough to let us use that, so yeah, lucky break. We need a Michael Scott emote. I don't think I have any slots left for more emotes. Pretty sure we used them all up. And I've gotten attached to all of the ones I do have, so can't get rid of anything either. But it's okay. We can just pretend we have a Michael Scott emote. Alright. Which shrine is this even? Kinnereth. Okay. Do it because I can, no need for thanks. Well, I thank because I can. No need for no thanks. Nailed it. I'm just gonna quickly look up Kinnereth. Who was Kinnereth again? Kinnereth. Elder Scrolls. God of the heavens, the winds, the sea, the elements, and the unseen spirits of the air. She's a member of the 9 divines. Patrons of sailors and travelers. Okay, travelers is a good one. So we can maybe have stick. Here's the lantern. And a knapsack. That's my bad. You know what's weird? In Skyrim you have these knapsacks, but you never see anyone wear them. Birds, the hawk specifically. That's a good shout, and I can do something with that. She gets a hawk of her own, and actually we'll put in a second one a bit higher up. No, fuck it, maybe even the third. Only the best for Kinnereth. Are the yellow things sprouting off bird fly paths? Yes, those are the paths the bird will follow. Actually, I can show you. Hopefully it doesn't crash because of this. Yeah, you can see the path that the bird takes. Approximately. It's not super accurate, but yeah, it gives you an idea of the direction they fly. It's very handy because sometimes, in this case, I don't want the bird to fly into the concrete, right? If I do it this way, then he'll fly into the structure. But facing this way, it's all good. And now we have something as well attracting the player to the shrine. There's a bunch of birds there, so who knows what's going on. Might be worth finding out. And I'll just put some gold coins in the center. It's always nice. I know it looks super fake right now, but if I do this, there we go. Thank you for the save. A gem in the middle? Sure. Maybe not a topaz, because color-wise it's very boring. There we go. I always thought there was Statue of the Divines at the shrines. No, not at the shrines. We have different shrines with the statues. Hey, Ren. Sometimes I add them. In this case I won't because it's so in the wilderness, but I have another shrine which is close to the road in Civilization. And that one has an actual statue as well.
Oh, lovely.
29 months, yo.
Put a couple of extra animals. The M markers are animals around the shrine as well. Ren, thanks for the 29, dudes. Oh yeah. I'll put some fireflies near that lantern too. That'll be nice. Right, fireflies, fireflies. Blue looks nice, I think. Or green. Actually, let's do green. I like green.
Thank you.
Some insects.
Honestly, I'm more
around.
hyped for this than the official remake. Grin, great work, guys.
Hey, thank you very much for saying that. I am either way, I'm looking forward to the remake as well, because the remake, if it even exists, it can support consoles, which unfortunately we just can't. I would love to be able to release Skyblivion on consoles, but the only way I can release it on consoles is if this is an actual real thing from Bethesda, by Bethesda. And since we are not that, we'll just have to settle with fan-made, which is still cool as hell. What else can I do here? Spriggan, yeah, I can do that. Well, actually, I'll save the Spriggan for something else. I don't know. Listen, either way, if a remaster has happened, I think it's silly to blame Bethesda. Even Todd has gone on record saying he doesn't want to do remakes. If there is a remake, the only reason it's happening is because Microsoft wants to see some return for their investment, which is totally fair. Can't blame them either. I'm fine with coexisting next to an official remaster. I'm A-okay with that. If it doesn't exist, then people still have this to look forward to. If it does exist, people still have this to look forward to. So, as far as I'm concerned, we're not competing with one another.
It's you. Hi.
Lightbun, thank you for the follow. And Sneaky as well. Oblivion. Oblivion indeed. Okay. What do you guys think? Are we missing anything from this this scene? I think it's looking quite alright. The YouTube stream crashed? No! Really? No, it's still up. Oh, thank God. Thank God. On that note, thank you everyone for tuning in. More than 200 of you on YouTube and Twitch, so appreciate you stopping by. If you haven't yet, you can subscribe to my second YouTube channel. If you're watching on Twitch, you can use !YouTube and you get a link to it. Every stream, including this one, will be up on YouTube afterwards, straight away, so you can watch it back. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. Let's just keep doing this for a little bit longer, and then we're soon done with the area, I imagine. Appreciate you doing these streams. Yeah, it's my pleasure. When I have time to do them, I'm more than happy to.
Hello there. Hello there.
Stan, Lynn, Richard, thank you for subscribing to
Hello
YouTube's. Archibald, thanks for following on Twitch. What the fuck did I just do? Asked a couple questions on the Reddit about the streams that you've replied directly to. Just want to say thank you for taking the time for my nosy questions and making this game. Yeah, my absolute pleasure. Listen, if I didn't enjoy doing this, I don't think I'd be here. And it's really nice to see the questions on the subreddit or on Twitter or Blue Sky or wherever the hell you get in touch with me. Whenever I have time, I'll be happy to answer questions if I can. It is my pleasure.
It's you. Hi.
Malaka. Hello and welcome.
time for a celebration!
Thanks for the save reminder, and Obsidian Saints for becoming a member. How did the imps turn out? Love those tiny little boogers. Buggers, not boogers. Maybe you like boogers, I don't know. If you can remind me when I go in game, which sooner or later usually happens, I'll spawn one in for you and you can judge for yourself. I think they turned out pretty great. They look a little bit like just little shits. Annoying little shits. And I think that's perfect for the imps.
Who's laughing now?
Thank you.
Learning the creation kit while watching your stream. Hoping to join the Navmesh team.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, good luck, Michael. That's cool, dudes. Yeah, we can definitely use more Navmesh. Actually, straight call to action. If you guys are familiar with the creation kit, AI packages. We could really use an additional pair of hands. Someone who has experience with AI packages. Because there are a lot we have to do. And my god, are they a pain in the ass. AI packages are essentially what make NPCs do shit. Give them lives.
Let's go.
After watching the roadmap video, I was surprised to see how far along you all were and thought it would be a 2026 release.
Well, glad to hear we were able to surprise you. Yeah. Thanks. Placing some fish down in the river while I'm at it. Alright, maybe let's take a stroll from all the way down the river, past the graveyard to the shrine. And then we only have this corner left, and then the Nibbin is kind of done, guys. I think I'll just keep streaming today until this is done, actually. Oh, that's not true, because there's still the other side that I have to do. Ah, so close, though. Right, I'll try and remember to spawn in an imp as well. 37 and -2. Thanks for the save reminder. Baby, I'm gonna get some water. I'm out of water.
Thank you.
First time joining a live stream. I've been watching heaps back recently. So exciting. Appreciate all your work, community engagement and philosophy.
Oh, perfect timing. I know my game so well.
Oh, drink water, drink water, drink water, bitch.
Task force. 37 -2. Cheers. Oh, and some Rebel's Eyes lore. I'm sure you've noticed me wearing this hoodie a lot. It's a really comfortable hoodie. It's kind of like if I'm working from home or if I'm at home, this is, as long as it's kind of clean, this is my go-to outfit. It's completely torn up. I'm not sure if you can see, but it's completely busted. There's a big hole. Where is it? Somewhere over there. On the elbow, yeah, there. Giant hole in it. But goddamn if it's not comfy. I'm sure we all have like a favorite outfit to wear when you're home, you know? Dominator. First time joining live stream, been watching heaps back recently, so exciting. Appreciate all your work, community engagement and philosophy. Oh, really appreciate you saying that, man. That's very kind of you. Thanks. And Skuma, Consuma, thanks for the follow. Alright, I said I'd start down here, and I'll start off with that imp.
Oh, lovely.
Cool guy. Made me hot dogs once.
What? Oh. Hey, E-flat. How's it going, dude? Help. Search words. 2 seconds. Force. Okay. Help. Imp. Sorry, this is more complicated than I thought. Player dot. Wait, send me. I think we have a debug mod that makes spawning in things a bit different than what I'm used to. Here's an imp. It's one of the variations though. Like we have a different variation which is more green or yellow. He's a handsome boy. In a bush. Is it based on Flame Atronach? No. Guess again. You were wrong. I give up. So let's just follow. I think if we follow this path, we get to the graveyard, and then if we take a right, we get to the shrine. Well, we can see the eagles flying overhead. I saw them. I don't see them? I see one over there. Oh, whatever. Everything looks perfectly normal here. Am I blind? There we are. Oh, we're just not close enough. I guess we don't have the LOD for it. That makes total sense.
Hello there. Hello there.
Jeff Gevo, thanks for subscribing. Also, if you're wondering, E-flat on Twitch, he is he's part of the Skyblivion team. He's doing social media management for us, and we had the pleasure of hanging out last year when he came to Amsterdam. I don't live in Amsterdam. I live close enough to it though to be able to make it over there. There's a little shrine. Not sure why the butterflies are sitting there. Did I put a marker on that? Oops. These bears need to chill the fuck out. Ooh, moody. Hey, Dreadnought. I just, I'm not sure if you heard the notification, but I sent a coworker of mine the news that Firefly Studios is remastering Stronghold's Crusader. We're both really big fans of the Stronghold Crusader games. Thought it was mine? No, just me. Yeah, they announced it like an hour ago, I think. Just before I started the stream, they announced it. We still have to do something with that island. Also, a friendly reminder that we still have to do some touch-ups with the weather. It's not final. If you think it looks too bleached or too bloomy, we are aware. Oh, it's definitely, I'm not saying it's bad at all. It's really good weathers. It can just be a little bit better with some small tweaks. Alright, not bad. But what I'm trying to use, I always try to use a specific weather that's a bit more balanced. I don't know the actual code for it, so I just spam this command. There we go. This one has better color grading and I think it's the best one we have. Well, that's not true. The foggy weathers we have is really good as well. But yeah. It's so weird seeing the map without trees. Such a fun little bug we run into. Oh yeah, and I can show you that alien dam real quick. What's wrong with the LODs? So, for whatever reason, we had a minor oopsie with LODs where I think it put the LOD files for trees in a different folder than usual, which makes them not read. It's not important, like it was fixed the same day I had this issue, but I'm just lazy and I didn't get the latest update. I only update my my Skyblivion folder or instance when I have submitted my work. Before then I always just leave it as is. This was the alien dam I was talking about that reminded me a bit of hey, where's my axe? Oh, it went through. That's the first time that happened. So this reminded me a little bit of that scene in the Hobbit where like the dwarves are coming down the waterfall. So I put like a couple of broken barrels and these dwarves did not make it down the river. If only there wasn't current, I could get up there. This is actually a good thing I'm jumping in here. It should probably be easier to get out. I need to put a little ramp up here, maybe. Just need to increase the height of the terrain a little bit. Oh my god. I hate whenever you go in game. I've gone in game a couple times and then all of a sudden now is when I see all the small issues. Why is the water so clear? It's fresh water from the mountains, man. It doesn't get clearer than that. This is no sewer sludge. This is pristine. What's your thoughts about KCD2? I loved KCD1. I used to work for the publisher of Come Deliverance. Funny enough, I can finally say this now. I think I saw KCD2 for the first time like 4 years ago. But I was under NDA at the time, so I could not say or do anything with that information. But I'm not under NDA anymore, so... Or, I mean, the game is not under NDA. It's announced. We can talk about it. Yeah, I liked this area a lot because, oh fuck, the wrong command. That's too bad. I like this area because I did all the work on the left side. I didn't do any of the work on the right side, so I thought for a future stream it might be fun to just like finish this small little section if I have an hour to spare. Because there's like a very clean cut between the two sides of the river. Is the main character moaning and gasping the same as Skyrim? Yes. Okay, back to it, lads. Let me quickly make that ramp on the other side, though. That should fix that.
Oh, drink water, drink water, drink water, bitch.
Should let you out more easily. Cheers. Must be go if the shrine is pretty. I agree. Okay. Thank you for your great work. Is there a future city of such planned? I think he means such. Such has been made. It is a ruined city, though. It's not a small fort. It's just it's a big ruined city. I would love to do a proper such remake, but it's one of those things where you have to ask yourself, is it worth it? Because remaking the city of such, while fun in games, it'll cost a lot of resources to do. Resources that we generally don't really have. Resources being people, you know? People will have to work on that instead of doing stuff that I would consider MVP, which is like the minimal viable product we need to release the game. And in the end, like the main question as well is like, okay, if we do that, if we make such, remake such, what do you get out of it? And because we're doing Oblivion's quests and Oblivion's stories, you're not gonna get a new questline out of it unless we make a new questline. So that's like an extra ton of work on top of an already huge workload. So in the end, it doesn't make sense to do it. I wouldn't say there's a million other things to work on that are a better use of time, because that's just ridiculous. But there probably are at least a couple hundred things to work on that are a better use of our time, unfortunately. Beyond Skyrim is doing a proper such though. So big shout out to those legends. I have an ergonomic mouse, and still I highly recommend this, by the way. Still I get like aching hands, and I know when your hands ache, it's a sign to maybe stop doing what you're doing. But Skyblivion isn't out yet, so we gotta press on. No, that's crazy. But I will take a break soon. Could always be something for the modding community to do. Yeah, 100%. It's a question that I also see a lot, like, will we be able to mod the game and stuff? Yeah, of course. Of course, of course.
Oh, lovely!
Ixie, thank you very much for the prime. It's very kind of you. Well, you guys will be happy to know maybe that the Skyblivion website is paid for another year. It's also where partially this money goes to if you drop a sub and stuff like that. We also use Git, for which we have like upgrade packages. So if you were wondering, that's where it goes to. And also, and this is a more fun way to spend it, there is a friend and a developer who's been working on this project for years, who's coming to London in April. Now, I'm not from London, I'm not from the UK, but UK is close enough for me to just say fuck it and go there for a couple days. So I'll be using some of the streaming money to to buy some drinks and stuff. That's a good use as well. Because I'll be honest, I'm a bit awkward with the Twitch money and stuff, because it does feel a bit icky sometimes. But I think as long as I don't blow it on blackjack and hookers, we're okay. And to be honest, I have a good job, so
It's you. Hi.
that alone could pay for blackjack and hookers. Eve, thank you for the follow. Love the stream. When will the next merge take place? So actually, the last year we've had someone new join the team, Robert, who has absolutely saved our asses more times than we'll be able to count. He's playing a huge part in making the game more stable and more usable, both from a development perspective and also for you guys, the players down the road. And because we use GitHub, which is a type of version control, we don't really have like proper merges anymore. We used to do, and this is some like Skyblivion deep lore way back in the development of Skyblivion. We were just working on our separate plugins, and it didn't really get pushed into the same master file very often. It could be months before we put it into the game. And the main reason is simply because we didn't have someone who was very familiar and comfortable with doing that, who had and took the time. This is something that got better over the years, but it never got to a point where it was, you know, done every month, for instance. We got close to that for a while, but even then, like, we were supposed to do it every month, but we sometimes skipped it, and it's one of those things where you know you should do it, but unless someone steps up and consistently enforces it and like helps out with doing that very specific thing, it just doesn't get done. We lost a lot of work because of that over the years, but we just didn't have someone dedicated to do that with that skill set. It's weird, but it does take a very specific skill set to be able to do that. We've had a few people step in and do the best they can. But yeah, with that, luckily, we found someone, and it's I swear to God, it's always you find these gems, these gem people, and they bring these skills to the table so late in development, where you're just kind of like kicking yourself, because where were they 5 years ago? You know, I could have used you way sooner, but at the end of the day, you know, I'm just glad to have them now. And this Robert feller is he's one of those people. He just puts your stuff on Git in hours, within hours sometimes. For instance, if I gave him my plugin tonight, I know that tomorrow morning I'll probably have the updated Skyblivion master file that I can just pull from Git. So Git, because most people don't use Git. It's like Steam. You know how Steam automatically fetches your updates for your games, or PlayStation? If you have an update, you boot up your console and it says, oh, you have an update. Want to update? Yes, and then you get the bug fixes or the DLC or whatever content. It's like that. So it's great. It's really good. We finally have like a proper guy to manage that very specific thing. And aside from that, he's very knowledgeable about Xedit, and yeah, as I said, he's fixed more issues than we can count, so been a huge help. Oh yeah, I just remembered something that might not be a bad idea. I have this this grass texture that adds like colored leaves. And I was thinking that might be a nice touch to put around some of these colored trees. Because I did a test run with one of the developers, and he had a good suggestion, which was to try and add a different color trees in the mix in the Nibbin area, because in some of these dense forests it just gets too green. You have this one shade of green everywhere. So by adding some orange in the mix, it breaks it up nicely. It was a really good call. Does mean I'll have to spend probably like half an hour sometime to do this everywhere in the map, but for now I'll just do it around here, see if it works as well as I think it does. And who knows, maybe it looks like doo-doo poo-poo and it's not worth it. I just remembered I also have to finish the inn. I started on this this inn on the water sides. I had an idea of adding a terrace, a very European thing, but I'll get to that at some point. Not now. Also, I'm not sure if you saw this. Some of you may not have. There's the little water temple with the dungeon at the bottom. What is my proudest contribution to this project? I think it's just getting everyone together, I suppose. and hopefully keeping everyone together. Yeah, I'd say that's my proudest contribution. Sorry, you're gonna hear that more and more frequently. I've just been talking way too much. I've got such a dry throat. I also ate some
Oh, drink water,
some
drink
no
water, drink water, ditch.
idiots. I used the wrong grass. No. What was I saying? What's your favorite build you've done, aka dungeon building ruin? Oh man. I think the one I like the most is Fingers of the Mountain. It's a little ruin in the mountains, the Clovian Highlands, I mean. Thank you for the save reminders. And it turned out quite well. Really happy with the way that ended up looking. A lot better than I thought it would. It's a good example. Someone earlier asked or said that they would contribute only bad ideas today, and the Fingers of the Mountain location. Someone on the team showed me a concept, and he said as well, it's just to give you an idea, and I didn't like it. I thought to myself, that looks awful. I should never do anything like that. But then it did give me an idea of what it could be, and off we went. It's one of those things, I had no idea what to do with the area, and then at some point it just kind of like it hit me, and I had this idea in my brain sack, and it just it happened almost automatically. Love it when that happens. Doesn't happen often. Vezia, thank you for the 42 months. Alright, another couple cells done. What shall I do with this? Uh-oh. My monitor just made a popping noise, and that didn't sound like a good pop. It sounded like an enjoy me while you can, because tomorrow I'll be busted pop. Or I won't turn back on pop.
Today's your lucky day, so let's hear it.
Ooh. Another coin flip. Alright, alright, alright. have no coins, I don't know why. Oh. Well. That is too bad. Will you guys do the DLC houses eventually? I think we will. But as per usual, time will tell. Will Knights of the Nine be included in the initial release or will be added after, like Shivering Isles? It will be added after, like Shivering Isles. I'm not sure why, but only with the creation kit do I get like cramps in my hands. For whatever reason, I'm holding my mouse like I'm trying to choke the Skyblivion non-believers. All the people have been telling that I'm wasting my life and my time on this thing. It's like I'm trying to choke them with this mouse. Apparently. Might be projection. I have these annoying little flies in my room that I try to murder. Like the heartless bastard I am. Whenever I see them, and I saw one. They are gnats, which you get from potted plants, and I have a lot of those in my room. Haha, got him. Look. Oh, fuck, he fell off. Well, now he's forever my keyboards. Coin tossing time? Alright. Have people actually told you that you're wasting your life with this project? Not nearly as many as people who've been telling me that this is super awesome, so I'm not worried about it. I am not worried about it. Listen, the truth of the matter is that anyone who takes the time out of their life to try and hurt someone else's feelings, be it online or in real life, they got something wrong in their heads, right? So I feel like the last thing as a sane person you can do is take whatever those people say to heart, because whatever's going on in your life, at least you're not as, you know, sad and miserable as those people. That's just my opinion, but I think if everyone in the world took the time to do something nice instead of doing something dickish, the world would be a better place, which is a super, you know, hippie thing to say, and it's not the way the world works. I'm not a perfect person every single day of my life, but I do my best to be at the bare minimum nice, and when I can, just go the little extra mile and just trying to be a good person. You know, it's really not that hard. So yeah, anyone that says negative stuff about myself or the project or whatever, I read it, I move on with my life. Don't give it much more thought than that. Same thing in high school, you know, like when you're in high school, I think one of the most valuable lessons I learned is that I don't care what people think, at least not anymore. I used to care a lot, but the problem with caring about what people think is that it gets you nowhere, because you gotta live your own life the way you want to live it. If you live your life the way other people want to or want you to live it, or adhere to whatever their rules are for you, then you're just gonna end up being miserable. Ooh, that's not supposed to be there. it. Every time I think we're close to finishing this thing, there's still another piece. We're really close, though. Oops. Oh, fuck. Yeah, the coin toss. Jesus. Ooh, caught it too this time. It's heads. Is that one? The head guy. With the head. Hey, Scotty. What's been the most challenging part of the project for you? It can sometimes be very difficult to manage a project of this scale in a number of ways. Managing resources, managing people. You know, people are unpredictable. We have, and it's something that I'm very proud of. So don't take this as something I see as a negative thing, but we have a very diverse team. We have people working together that, like, from countries that politically are arch enemies or are in like an actual active war with one another. And it's sometimes difficult to have a dynamic like that. Because sometimes, you know, different cultures clash with one another, and me, for instance, I'm Dutch, and the Dutch have a reputation of being direct, and that's putting it nicely. For some people, we're plain rude. I think as a Dutch person, it depends a bit on where you grow up as well, but at least from my area of the Netherlands, you're kind of raised with saying what you think, and you're not doing that to hurt someone's feelings, but you're doing that to, you know, not waste time, I guess. And it's not like you're gonna walk up to someone and say, "I think your shirt's ugly." It's not like that. It's maybe a bit hard to explain. Like, if someone asked you, like, "Hey, do you want to hang out tonight?" I'll just be honest, like, "Nah, I'm feeling like just chilling at home. Sorry." Like, not feeling forced to dance around the subject. Maybe I'm not sure how to explain this, but I've been told that can come off as being a bit rude. Which is that's a very mellow example, obviously. But yeah, it's a challenge when you have people from all over the globe, because you know, politics nowadays are more polarizing than ever, and no exception when it comes to a community project. Like, it can be yeah, a challenge if you have people from opposite parts of the globe, or from opposite political interests. I think something that we do really well is that I think, generally speaking, there's just this this mutual respect for everyone, and I think it's something we enforce pretty well as we can. Where we don't have to always agree on everything on a personal level, as long as we respect each other's opinions. And just because we don't always agree doesn't mean we can't be friends or co-workers, right? Because if the what do you call it? The not the border, but if the line, the uncrossable line is that we cannot agree on something, then most people probably shouldn't get married either. It's okay to disagree, and sometimes by disagreeing with someone or like talking about stuff, you can better understand where they're coming from. So it's inherently it's not an issue. I think it turns into an issue when people start shouting instead of listening. But what do I know? Nukin, thank you for the follow. Oh, what are those things called again? Cairn, a cairn. Not a Karen, a cairn. Did you guys know this is called a cairn? I had no idea. Oh. I had no idea. Yeah, total opposite. That makes sense. It's gonna make a little abandoned fishing site. Smithy, thank you for the follow. Strange. Some of the notifications are playing, some of them are not. Not sure why.
Stop right there, criminal scum! Nobody breaks the law on my watch! I'm confiscating your stolen goods. Now pay your fine, or it's off to jail.
Yeah, for the first time in a long time that actually did jump me a little bit, because I was just listening to, I think it's just the wind pulling on the ceiling, but there's some strange noises, and I was thinking, like, is someone trying to like break into the door downstairs, or what's going on? So well done. Well done.
Oh, lovely!
Yes, Rebels is adoring Pog.
Beta, thank you very much for 3 months. Very much appreciated. And thank you for using your Prime as well. Just get back to find that I lost my entire life saving to the coin flip. I'll let it be a lesson. Only gamble on my Twitch channel, on the channel points that have no significant meaning or impact on your life. This could have been your kids' college fund. Goddamn. Maybe I should just finish this. What time is it? Oh my god, it's 11 o'clock. Fuck me. Let's just maybe do this for half an hour. I already got started on it, so. Thank you for the save.
Oh, lovely!
Hell, thank you for the Prime. Brand new Prime. Very kind of you. Thanks, friend. Thought we had some rubble for these walls as well, but maybe I'm wrong. Iger, thanks for the follow. Are you adding secret locations to the maps? Oh, they are all over the map. Did the interior? Oh, thank you. I heard the Skyrim team is doing some crazy stuff with water that looks even better than the EMB. Can you guys do that in Skyblivion too? Anything is possible technically, but unless someone from Skywind comes over and does that for us, I'm afraid not. No. But that's cool. Good for the Skywind homies. Don't think I enjoy mushrooms in the garden. We'll go with flowers. Do you have a reference from the original game on a second monitor or something like recreating these locations, or do you just go by memory and feeling? No, generally we just recreate the areas as we see fit. Yeah, Oblivion is a damn good game, but I think if we're being honest, you know, there's a reason why you're remastering it or remaking it, not remastering. And it's because as good as it was, it could be better. And this is at least what I imagine it would look like. Could look like. You know what, actually, I shouldn't have this bit in the middle. Because if I leave an opening over yonder, I can have a nice little walk to the terrace. God, just give me a straight fucking wall, please. There we go. Might be a bit much. There we go. This is gonna look pretty fucking cool. That just seems like something someone much wealthier will have. Well, who says the inn can be wealthy? It's called the Imperial Bridge Inn. It's a really damn nice inn. Always a pleasure watching you work. Thanks, dudes. Appreciate you saying that. Tamika or Cyril? Tamika, because I can actually pronounce that, I think. The other one, no idea what I'm even saying.
It's you. Hi.
Lapsdog, thanks for the follow. always thought the Surreal Brothers had a much nicer looking vineyard. I agree with you. I never know how to pronounce the name. I know they say it in game. And if I just listened. Maybe that's my excuse. Antoinette, thank you for the follow. Gonna make sure you can sit on the shitter with a beautiful view. It's my top priority. I have to go and steal something I made. Okay, can you guys help remember 32 minus 6, those coordinates? Thank you. 32 and minus 6. I need to steal a horse tying station. Oh, look at you guys spamming in the chat. Much appreciated. Much obliged. Nice. I see some interesting variations on those coordinates that are not quite correct. No one's gonna notice. I just copy and pasted my own work. And you guys are not gonna tell, right? So it's all good. Kinda wish I did that more often with inns, you know. Makes total sense to have this. Anyone else have something we think should be added?
Hello there.
Think it would follow. I will say it's a nice change of pace working on something like this after all those forests. I've just been doing forests, feels like non-stop for the last months. So every time I get to do something that's not a forest, it's a breath of fresh air. Breath of fresh air. Nailed it. Hey Philip. Culo. A bird bath. So funny thing you say that. We actually have one of those. I don't know what it's called though. Yep, there we go. Bird bath. Oh, you motherfuckers. Wearing that thing is such a ball ache. Oh shit, is this not an openable? Oh fuck, it's the static one. Oopsie daisy. I'm not gonna wear it properly because I can't see shit through the thing. Oh fuck, and what's the name of the gate? I don't remember the name of the gate. Whatever, the rifting gate works too. Yeah, I didn't forget to fix the front one too. Good shout. I guess I'll just add a bunch more of these.